I wanted to know if AI models can look at a domain name and have any idea what it sold for at auction. So I ran an experiment. I pulled 60 completed sales from Namecheap Market and asked 6 models to classify each domain into a price bucket. The models saw only the name, nothing else. The buckets are on screen, 9 of them from under $50 up to $20,000 plus. Now before we get into results, the baseline here is not what you might expect. Random chance on 9 buckets would be 11%, but that is the wrong number to use. Almost a third of the domains in this sample sold for under $50, so a model that always guesses the cheapest bucket would already hit 32%. That is the real baseline. Here is the leaderboard. Qwen 3.6 Plus came in first at 42%. GPT 5.5 right behind at 40%. Gemma 4, which is an open weight model, got 37%. Then Gemini, DeepSeek, and Claude at the bottom with 25%. A few things about this. The gap between first and last is 17 points across 6 models. One domain separates first from second. On 60 samples, that is noise. What is more interesting is where they all fail and where they agree. Look at the within one bucket column. That is predictions that were off by at most one tier. Claude is last on exact accuracy, but second on this metric. Its errors are adjacent, not random. GPT leads here at 57% even though it lost on exact, so the models have different failure modes, not just different skill levels. Now the pattern breakdown. 12 domains were correct for every single model. Every one of them is in the cheapest bucket. And if you look at the names, they are all obvious junk. Random strings, no keywords, no structure. The models do not need domain expertise here, they just need to notice there is no signal. On the other end, 24 domains were wrong for every model, 40% of the sample nobody got right. This one is worth pausing on. HealthVitalize.com sold for $23. Every model predicted a higher range, and honestly, looking at the name, that is not unreasonable. Health keyword clean.com, it looks like something, but it sold for $23. The models were not wrong to see value signals there, the market just disagreed. 2 entire tiers had 0 correct predictions across all 6 models. The $50 to $100 range and the $2,500 to $5,000 range. Every domain in those tiers, every model got wrong. They can tell cheap from expensive, but they cannot place things in these middle bands with any reliability. The top tier is the opposite. 20,000 and above, 3 of the 6 models hit 83%. Premium domains have obvious signals, and the models have clearly absorbed enough domain market knowledge to recognize them. The 5,000 to 20,000 range is where models diverge the most. Qwen got 50% there. Everyone else dropped off significantly. That is the range where the ranking actually starts to mean something. So the honest summary: real signal at the extremes, close to nothing in the middle. The best model beats the naive baseline by 10 points. That is genuine information extraction from just a domain name. But it is not nearly enough to rely on for anything practical. The full dataset, the code, and an interactive dashboard with every single prediction are linked below. I am curious what you think it would actually take to build something accurate at this. Not just better prompting, genuinely accurate. What inputs would the model need? What data would you train it on? How would you even define correct? Leave it in the comments.